evening, guys. Good evening, Montana, Spokane. I see you. Louisville, Kentucky. More Gresham, Idaho. Appreciate you guys so much. So tonight, this show might piss y'all off. It just might make you a little upset, if you know what I mean. Earlier today, I came on and I showed a video of a situation regarding the school board where a lady was in there recording. She did not have a mask on. The school board was trying to kick her out and do all sorts of stuff. Two other ladies spoke up because the school board asked if it was all right, or who was approving for this lady to be in the school board meeting without a mask, or if anybody felt offended, or if anybody cared if she had the mask on or not. Two women spoke up and said that they did not care. Matter of fact, these two women had a mask on, but they didn't care that the person didn't have a mask on. And so as things progressed, the school board ended up closing down the school board meeting. All right. And so the people are like, well, why are we closing this down? You know, X, Y, Z, so on and so forth. So anyway, long story short, the school board ended up having, after they closed the meeting, they ended up restarting the meeting, okay, back up, and locked the doors on these two or three individuals so that they could not get back into the public school board meeting. So that was it was interesting how that all took place. Someone's saying, Wendy on YouTube is saying that she don't have sound. We have sound. People are listening right now. So anyway, I'm going to show you the aftermath part of the video that these two ladies came out with. Their name is Mel and Patti. So Mel and Patti came out with a video discussing what took place and what happened to them after the school board meeting was shut down, and they came back because they saw it on Zoom. They came back to the building because they saw it on Zoom that it started back up. They came back to the school board meeting. Doors were locked. They could not get into the building. So they came out with the video discussing and talking about it, and their plans on what they plan on doing here this coming week. So I'm going to play this video for you guys, and then after that, I'm going to bring them on the air, and I'm going to talk to them. And if you guys want to start the super chat train, we can do that. Whatever you want to do. But we're going to talk to them about this important situation. So let's roll with it.
Not allowed to now go back on school property, or I risk being arrested. Meaning I can't pick up my children from school. I can't drop off my children at school. If there's an emergency, I have to have somebody help me. I can't watch my daughter's 5th grade graduation or my son's kindergarten graduation because I went to a board meeting, was not allowed to speak after following all the mandates and saying that I was fine with another participant not wearing a mask. We're asking you to come stand and fight with us at the school board meeting that is on Tuesday, May 25th at 5 p.m. We will be there and we will not be quiet.
Hi, Washougal community. My name is Patricia Bellamy. I'm a single mom here. I'm a retired Navy veteran. I'm an electrical engineer, and I need your help. I got kicked out of a board meeting to try to speak my mind out against some things that our school district's doing, and I need you to come fight and stand with me now.
Hey everyone, my name is Melissa McElwain. I'm a single mother here in the Washougal School District, and I need your help in fighting for the rights of our children, mine and yours, because the school board here is trying to silence those who don't agree with the curriculum or the narrative that's being pushed on our children. So please start speaking up.
On May 11th, we had done every requirement to attend the school board meeting at Washougal in person. We showed up, got our temperature checked, put our masks on, and went inside the building. We agreed that we had no problem with one community member who refused to wear her mask, even though we complied. And to the board members, that was a disruption, canceled the meeting, and told everybody that the boardroom needed to be cleared. Everybody got up, walked out of the boardroom, and so we left peacefully.
As we were leaving and on our way home, we realized via Zoom that the meeting had continued and that the other participants of the meeting had been allowed back in the room. So we went back to the building, and upon arrival we were locked out. We had the window shut on us, and we were mocked and ridiculed for a good 30 minutes for simply trying to enter into a public forum and have our voices heard in regards to our children.
This here's crazy.
So they are holding the public meeting. They locked us out.
This is nuts.
So what they did was they lied to us to get us out. They all came back. This is not public under any circumstance. This is absolutely illegal. No, you can't. So they're going to close the door right now. There we go.
Wow.
At this point, another parent had arrived, and we, being stunned, just kind of stood there trying to figure out what was going on and how we could be a part of this meeting that is something we are very concerned with for our children.
So after about 30 minutes of standing outside in pure disbelief at the events that had just transpired with this public board meeting, one of the community members went to her car and got chalk markers and began to write on the windows of the building and some cars. Me and Mel did not partake in this.
Along with another witness.
Along with another witness. We were literally just standing there, again, still in disbelief. But I absolutely 100% completely understand the frustrations of the other community member to do something like that. There was no vandalism, no damage done
No yelling.
to anything. There was no yelling, there was no disrespect. There was no busting out windows of cars. We did not vandalize a public building, public property in any capacity.
As we were standing outside, you know, still in just utter shock of what is going on, as the public meeting is happening and we are being illegally kept from that after adhering to all of their guidelines. The police do show up. The officer who spoke to us was herself not masked. She also informed us that we were right. We were not allowed to be, they were not allowed to ban us from a public meeting for any reason whatsoever. They have to accommodate all public members. So after this, in writing witness statements that she asked us to do, and we kindly complied with, about 5 minutes later, she comes over and tells us that the school board is citing us for trespassing, and because of that, we can now not be on school property for the next year. I am a single mother of 3 children, and I am not allowed to now go back on school property, or I risk being arrested. Meaning I can't pick up my children from school, I can't drop off my children at school. If there's an emergency, I have to have somebody help me. I can't watch my daughter's 5th grade graduation or my son's kindergarten graduation because I went to a board meeting, was not allowed to speak after following all the mandates and saying that I was fine with another participant not wearing a mask. This is insane.
So after all this, then we find out just because we were not allowed to speak, now they're lying about us. That we were not wearing masks, which we were. We never vandalized anything. We were not harassing. We did not, the three of us, intimidate 11 people in that building.
I am a single mother. I work my butt off to provide for my children. They are my life. They are everything to me. And attending a board meeting to stand up for them because I'm tired of them having cracked hands from too much hand sanitizer, or not even knowing their friends' faces because of a mask mandate. I'm tired. I'm tired of having to rely on my mom to help me when she has her own pacemaker just put in and medical conditions where she can't be stressed out. We're tired. We're done. I've been a member of this community for 13 years, and I thought that my voice mattered to the people that I see around here, that I run into at the store. And to sit here and be publicly defamed by the people that not only did I trust and care about, but I trust with my children, is so appalling to me, and so just, I don't even necessarily have an understanding of what happened and why it happened. We are meant to be working together to raise these children to be functioning citizens of this country. And you interfered with my ability to do that because you didn't like what we had to say. And you had an excuse, you took it and you ran with it. I'm sure if that wasn't available, there would have been another one.
Absolutely.
And I have never been more disappointed in this school system, in this town, than I have been in the last week. This is disgusting. Anybody that knows myself or Patty, you guys are smarter than this. Like, at what point are you going to understand that this is all just a show? Because they know they messed up. And they did. They absolutely did. I'm really just hurt by all this more than anything. I love this town. I love this community. I want it to be a safe place for our children, and I will continue to be here. You're not going to make me go away. These are our children. They are the future leaders of this generation, and we all need to either wake up and start speaking out and saying something. There are ways of teaching these programs without it being such harsh rhetoric or victim mentality. Why can't we find a better resolution? Why does it have to be nope, silence, restraining order? And this is happening all across America. So everybody needs to either buckle up and put their big boy pants on, or we're gonna lose everything we love about this country and this town. This is us asking you to help us have a voice for our children. We are asking that anybody who can come on Tuesday, May 25th at 5 p.m., go to the Washougal School District building and help us protest, number one, what was done to us, but also what they're trying to do to our children.
Mask mandates, critical race theory, comprehensive sexual education. I'm asking you here, I'm asking you now, come stand with us. Come fight with us to defend our children, our future.
I had to laugh when they brought up the whole sexual thing, and I believe it was Melissa's on the left in this video, and Patricia's on the right, and Melissa was like, "Oh God." I had to laugh at that. It was just funny to watch that. I see a lot of you guys who are very pissed off about this, and that's great. That's exactly what I want. That's what they need. We need people pissed off. Some people are saying that they've already called and emailed the school. Some people are saying they can't believe that this is coming to America. I personally can believe it. It's not a big surprise to me. They've been pushing for this for a while. I mean, that's what the whole mask mandate thing is about, controlling people, placing fear in people. That's what it's all about. So, I mean, it came last year, and we're now in it, and there's a lot to this. So that's the whole point, is to get y'all pissed off, and hopefully y'all show up Tuesday night in Washougal, Washington, which is right across the river from basically Oregon and Portland. So without further ado, I'm going to bring Melissa and Patricia on the phone. Are you guys there?
Yeah, we're here.
Yes, you're there. So, Melissa, you were doing a lot. I mean, you guys both did talking in the video, but Melissa, where are you at with this? I mean, because you did mention that you guys are risking getting arrested if you come back on property.
Yeah, they made it very clear to us that if we step foot on the district buildings that we would be arrested. So we're going to be there. We're going to be not on the property, but where we are legally allowed to be. And we're going to be doing whatever we can to make sure we're heard.
So when they say that there's a potential that you potentially could be arrested, what does that mean? Because did they give you anything like a citation or a piece of paper or a warning? Or was that their warning?
No, they gave us, all three of us, a citation, a paper citation. And it says, if we are not allowed on any property owned by the Washougal School District, and if we do, not only will we be arrested, but we could potentially be charged with burglary as well.
Wait, burglary? Like you broke in and stole something type of thing?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. If
Go ahead, Patty. Yeah.
Yes, if we step foot on district property within the next year, we will be prosecuted for criminal trespassing, which holds up to 1 year in jail. And in that act, if we do trespass on the premises, if we commit another crime, we will also be charged with the crime of burglary. That is on the trespass admonishment that we all receive.
And who gave that to you?
Officer Ashley Golding.
And a actual Washougal, Washington police officer gave you that?
Yeah.
Wow.
And she even herself said that the board members, they forced her to do it. I'm not sure how it went down, but pretty much she said that the only way for us to fight it was to either ask for the school district to lift it or to pretty much take it to court. But without any proof or any evidence, they just pretty much filed a false police report against us.
Okay, so you're saying they filed a false police report against you based off what? What was the false report on? What were they saying in the police report that was false?
They said we were disorder. We got the admonishment for disorderly conduct, but in their statement they said that they charged us with disorderly conduct, vandalism, and intimidation.
Disorderly conduct. So on your guys' website, washougalmoms.com, you can see the video that was being recorded when you guys were inside the building. Is that the third party person that you're speaking about?
Yeah.
Okay, so from another person, another mom, another community member who was in there, I guess she wasn't wearing a mask, it sounds like, in the video?
No, she was not.
But you guys didn't have no problem with her not wearing a mask?
No, she was in the building before we had even gotten there, and she was sitting towards the back. So when everybody sat down, she literally was the furthest person away from anybody else, and she was sitting right next to an open door. So it really, it just seemed kind of silly.
Right. And so from that video, which is on, like I said, washougalmoms.com, what was the conflict? What was the beef? What was so disorderly in your guys' behavior, even in hers? I mean, what was so disorderly? Was it the fact that in that video that she was, you know, laying out facts about the mask? Was that what they considered disorderly, or what was going on? I didn't see anything that was going on.
Nothing was going on.
Right.
Nothing was to be disorderly.
So
you guys saw the video.
So they said they said disorderly. Then they said intimidation.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they might have been intimidated because she was schooling them with facts. That lady was. They could have been intimidated about that. Like, oh dang, we don't know what to say. So,
yeah. Well, looking back on it, you could tell that they were just. It almost seemed like they knew what they were doing was wrong, but they were a little. I mean, I don't know. Like, we're still just kind of in shock that it even happened the way it happened.
Right. And then they said vandalizing, which, I mean, are they considering some chalk, like vandalizing, in comparison to what they've seen in, like, Portland and all these major cities throughout the past year?
Yeah.
I mean, some chalk?
Yeah.
They considered erasable chalk markers vandalism.
Wow.
It was where we left. I mean, the building was left the same way as when we had gotten there.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys didn't even do the quote unquote vandalizing of chalk. Like you said, it wasn't you guys, it was another like person. You guys didn't even do that.
Correct.
Talking to the other parent that had shown up because they were concerned because when we got there, they had the meeting on Zoom, but apparently they had muted it.
Right.
And then all of a sudden it shut down. Well, he ended up being concerned that what was going on, so he came on over and saw the whole thing that happened. So, I mean, yeah, we didn't touch a single part of the building, really.
Right. Except for your door, except for the door.
Yeah.
And I mean, that could have been, you could have passed some COVID or, you know, type of thing. Who knows? I mean, you know, COVID might have been passed by touching the door, right?
Correct, yeah.
So what were you guys, okay, so it was a public school board meeting, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what were you guys there for? Do you guys go to all the school board meetings, or what was special about this one that you guys wanted to go to?
I had recently reactivated my Facebook account, and one of the first things that came up was a town hall for the school district in regards to critical race theory. And that immediately flagged me, began discussions, etc.
Right.
Well, the day of that town hall, they canceled it last minute. So we were waiting for them to actually reschedule.
Mm-hmm.
And 6 hours before the new town hall, they actually posted it on their website, so gave zero notice.
Mm-hmm.
So we missed it. And so there was no doubt that we were going to go to this board meeting because it was going to be their second reading and approval on the equity, diversity, inclusion, aka critical race theory policy into our district.
Right.
Yep.
And we were going for mask mandates on our children and to unmask our children.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So you guys did you guys even get into any part of the meeting or the discussion, or was it kind of it was kind of right. So right when the whole mask thing started, even before the meeting officially begun, here we have the mask issue with the other parent who was there recording, and they probably assumed because of the fact that you two said you guys were fine with it, they're probably like nervous. They're shaking out their boots. They're like, great, here's the intimidation. We're fearing for our lives. There's 3 people in here. 1 don't have a mask, and 2 people agree with her not having.
I don't know if I can handle it.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, you guys didn't even get into the meeting of it, and then they kicked. No. You know, they closed the meeting technically, right? And then you guys leave, or what happens?
They adjourned. They said they had adjourned the meeting. And we were like, well, what does that mean?
We had never been to a board.
Yeah, we had never been to a board meeting. They were packing up their stuff and getting up and going into another room. And we were like, what does this mean? And I asked, is it canceled? Mm-hmm. You know, is it over?
Right.
And the superintendent told me yes. And that's when they were like, everyone needs to clear the board now. You three need to clear the board.
Right.
And so we got up and we walked out, just as the other members that were in the public section did as well. But those three members were actually fellow educators.
Well, and we were never asked, never once during this whole episode were we asked to leave or even warned or anything that was like, hey, if you guys don't leave, we're calling the cops. There was
never once.
Because we weren't disorderly or disruptive or intimidating. It was literally three moms outside going, hey, like, let us in. We're allowed to be here. And then they just kind of laughed at us, took video of us. We stood there, and then the next thing you know, there's police. I mean, it was just kind of like, okay, well, here we go.
How many police showed up?
Two.
Okay. So it wasn't like this big, this huge big threat like they made it sound like. No. So there was two police.
SWAT didn't roll in or anything like that.
Right. You know, I mean, who knows? I mean, you know, a big threat. You guys are vandalizing everything and intimidating people. Who knows? So I mean, okay. So two cop cars rolled up, two police officers. I mean, what were you guys thinking when that happened? I mean, were you guys expecting it? You had no clue or what?
Well, we figured because they had started. We saw a few individuals on their phone, so
they were afraid.
They were calling the cops or something. But it was just such a real experience. The whole experience. It was just a continual a disbelief after disbelief after disbelief, like just pure utter shock at each and every step of this whole event.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the officer herself, she actually, at the time, she wasn't wearing a mask herself when she came up to talk to us, and she actually told us that we were right, that they actually they were not allowed to ban people from an open public forum.
Right.
And they can't create rules or guidelines to do that. They have to accommodate anyone of the public, and they broke so many of the rules, like contact tracing for us to get there. Like
the what? I mean, the what? Say that again. The what?
They had us give them information for quote unquote contact tracing, and they, made us sign in with our temperature and all this stuff that we now understand is actually illegal, but we still would have done because we wanted to speak about what we were concerned with.
Right. So how many parents were in there? I mean, there was you two and another lady who was doing the filming or recording. How many other people were in there that were parents, or was the rest of them like school?
That's it.
That was it. So the rest of them were like teachers and all that?
There was only, in this public school board meeting, due to their COVID guideline regulations, they had 6 seats in this building for public.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
3 of those seats were taken up by their fellow educators.
Mm-hmm.
And the other 3 seats were taken up by me, Mel, and the other community member.
Okay.
And they were allowed back in.
Yes, they were.
But you guys you guys are the rebel. You guys are the Nazis and all that type of stuff. Yes, you're against the agenda. So I mean, just being fair, you guys got to go.
Yeah,
absolutely. Right. I think it's very funny those who are preaching inclusion, yet they excluded us. Like they preach diversity, but obviously they're so afraid of diversity of thought. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So let me ask real quick, because first of all, the other video where you guys can see what was taking place prior to Melissa and Patricia here showing this video. If you go to the website, washougalmoms.com, I think it's down at the bottom, you can see the clip of what they're talking about. It's probably 8 minutes long of this whole dialogue that was taking place between the third party person of a mother that they're referring to and the school board people. In that video, there's this guy sitting up front in a bluish shirt. Who is he? I have it paused right now. He's sitting down in the
blue.
Yeah, like a blue shirt, right up here.
The guy with the ponytail.
Yeah, kind of like a mullet ponytail thing.
He's just one of the educators.
So he's an educator.
Yeah, he was allowed back in the room.
He was allowed back in the room because he's one of the educators teaching children this CRT, critical race theory stuff, along with other things like Patricia brought up, the whole sexual stuff and things like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So he's probably, I'm assuming, I'm taking a wild guess, he's probably more on the board on their side of things versus your guys' side.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Okay.
Well, the other teacher, when the other participant says, when we both say, like, hey, we're okay with her, you know, I say, I'm okay with her not wearing a mask, and Patty says, I'm okay with her not wearing a mask. The lady who responds, the other public member, she says, well, we are not okay with her not wearing a mask, and we have to do it with the man. It was very them versus us. It was.
I noticed that, and I believe it's right here. She does stand up and walk out. Because I'm stopping it. Cause I saw the video, the first video of what that lady right here. She had like a black dress on or skirt and like some reddish looking, because she turned around to the lady who was speaking, who wasn't wearing the mask, and she got lippy with her. Like she was offended. She was like really hurt that like, yo, this could affect me. I could die that you don't have your mask on and I'm 10 feet away from you.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure that all those people in there probably were fully vaccinated. I'm certain.
Probably because this is a big, scary pandemic thing going on, you know, so I'm sure they have been vaccinated. Plus, you know, they're starting to require that in some businesses and things like that. So, so is this middle school stuff, grade school, or high school?
All.
It's all. So it's across the board for Washougal, because Washougal is a small town. So it's yeah. Now what grade are your guys' children in, or you know, is it middle school or what?
I have a fourth grader, and a kindergartner.
Okay.
And I have a first grader.
Okay, so Patty has a first grader?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what type of stuff are they teaching your children that you know of for certain in the schools, in the grade schools?
Well, at the beginning of COVID, when my first issue was that our public schools shut down because it was literally left up to the district. And of course, our district just shut their doors and went home. And as a single mother who works full time, I could not do that. And so I immediately pulled my daughter from public school and I put her in private school.
Good for you.
And this fight is not only for my child, it's for all our children.
Yep.
They're our future. I can't stand by just because my child's over here in private school. I can't stand by.
Yeah. And we do have Patty and I and a couple other parents here, we have a very tight group where we really do care about each other's kids, and just this community is really amazing, which is why it's so kind of baffling that they would feel that this kind of program, at least to the way they put it, the way they make this community sound is pretty horrible, and it's just not okay. Like, I love this community. This is one of the most beautiful, accepting places you could be.
Right.
And it's just not okay.
So what do you think is happening? Because I mean, I've always believed Washougal. I'm like, you know, for me, I've lived in Portland all my life, so I'm like, dang, Washougal's way out there. It's like, you know, Hickville or whatever, and redneck country, and I'm sure it's red and Republican and conservative. You know, that I was thinking that back in the days, where like now I'm like, you know, I'd love to be there if it's still a red town, but it's not. It don't look like it when you see something like this. So what do you think's happening?
Honestly, we have started to realize over the last week that this has really caused a ripple effect, and a lot of people have come and told us that they have tried to reach out to the school board over the last 6 months with complete radio silence. So I think just politics have kind of consumed the community again. And instead of just allowing our kids to catch up on the last year that, you know, they've missed being home from COVID and trying to figure out how to handle that in itself, you know, we're just trying to push this agenda that we don't necessarily need. It's, to me, it's like, whoa, take a step back. Like, let's do one thing at a time. And this is not a priority here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Right. And I think because when COVID started, everything was locked up. Everybody had an initial fear. And that was like, everybody's at home. They're all on Zoom. And that just seemed to be like full bore, let's go and push anything and everything that we can through our district.
and it's not just Google. Camas is, they're starting to have, I mean, they had their board meeting on Monday night. They had people in there without masks, and they actually had people, they had locked a whole group of people out who were, you know, protesting and wanting to be heard. And somehow we end up with these false charges. And it's just both of the towns we're tired of this. We're tired of not being heard. We're tired of trying to be hushed and silenced and intimidated by the school board. And they have, like, I mean, it's amazing what has come out of the woodwork from this.
Right. So do you think it's kind of like awakening people in the community of Washougal? Because with this, again, there's going to be another division. There's going to be a line drawn in the sand. So, so do you think it's awakening some people, or some people had no clue, or what do you think is going to happen up there in Washougal?
Oh, I think so. I definitely think some people had no clue, because we do have a pretty big piece of our community that they no longer have children in the school system. So they're not in touch with that stuff.
Right.
And then I also do think it's a big wake-up call, because, again, with COVID and all the, you know, they were like, well, just email me, set up a meeting, come to my office and talk, you know.
Yeah,
like,
I heard him say that.
One.
Yeah.
And so then you're isolated. So then you feel like you're alone with your issue.
Right.
Right. And not being heard. And then only a couple people hear it. But now we're just blowing the lid off the whole thing. Like, it's game on.
Right. And it has to be. It has to be. And I mean, honestly,
it does.
It needs to be this way across the nation. I mean, at all school districts.
Absolutely. I said, I'm sorry, but you're waging war on our children. Like, this is war. Like, yeah.
I'm honestly not a very outspoken person. Like, I was voted most shy of my class, so, like, I don't know how you go from that to disorderly, but I feel the same way as Patty. Like, we can't just be quiet anymore. Like, we either need to start speaking up now and figure something out, or what else are we going to do? Like, these are our babies. Like, we should be protecting them. And it's just crazy to me that this is even a thing that's happening in this town. Right.
So, Melissa, are your children still going to any of those public schools in Washougal? Or are they involved?
As of right now, my kids are in public school. I'm allowing them to obviously finish out their school year with their friends.
Right.
And I'll take whatever action I need to by the time school resumes next year. But yeah, their dad is helping me, as well as, like I said before, my mom. She's been my savior in this whole last year. Without her, I don't even know what I would have done. But it's a lot to ask of everybody to help you, especially when I did nothing wrong.
Right.
We did nothing wrong.
And you're probably trying to figure out, well, where can they help at? What can we do? Because a lot of times just a help can be just, you know, I keep saying it myself, just numbers show up.
Yeah.
So there's a question here from someone. Someone says, "Have you considered hiring an attorney and crowdfunding it?"
We're looking for a civil rights attorney that's obviously kind of tough in the state of Washington here.
Right.
A conservative civil rights attorney. Still plugging away.
We
at
all
the process. And yes, and we have done the research and the dedication to this, that this is going to go somewhere. They broke a lot of state legislation laws due to open public meetings.
Yep. Right on. Good.
Broke their own oaths, their own policies for boards. They gave us no recourse to appeal the trespass, which is also illegal under state law.
Now, now, hold on. With that, can the police also in Washougal get fined for this? Could something, is there a consequence for the police for them actually? Because and it seems like in a way they would be held responsible as well for doing something that they should know that is illegal.
Yes, because the chief of police literally stated to us that we could not file criminal reports in her office, that we needed to go talk with the FBI or the state's attorney general's office. The Freedom of Information Act, we actually pinged the police precinct and asked them over the past 18 months how many times have they referred criminal charges to the FBI or the state attorney general's office.
Right.
0. Except for our
Wow. Okay, so this is not only just for Washougal School District that you guys could actually pursue something against, but also the police department of Washougal as well. Right. Yep.
She also made comments to the Post Record regarding our case, and she's technically not allowed to do that. That's how she wasn't a witness to the event.
She what? I'm sorry, you was kind of cutting out.
She made a comment to the Post Record regarding our case, and that's completely illegal of her to do. She is not allowed to make testimony to a case she was not present at. She did not witness anything, and she was a source for the Post Record article.
Wow. So they wrote an article about this whole thing up in like the Washougal paper or something like that?
Yeah. A horrible article. They got arrested, apparently. We broke windows. I mean, the stuff they said sounded like a skit, an SNL skit.
Now, is that article, is there a link on your guys' website for that article?
No, we can put one.
Yeah.
You guys,
I'll put one on there.
Put the link of that article on your guys' website. What is the paper called?
The Camas Post Record.
Camas Post Record?
Well, Camas Washougal Post Record.
Camas Washougal Post Record. That's the name of the newspaper.
Yep.
Okay. I think I spelled Washougal. I did spell Washougal wrong. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, we got to see that. Got to see that.
It's a very entertaining article.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's full of fun and truthful facts.
Well, and not only that, the board member released our names to the paper, which again is breaking their code of conduct and their oaths of office.
Right. Oh man.
So
okay, so here we have it. A week from, so this took place this past Tuesday.
Yep.
All right, so we're going to fast forward 7 days from last Tuesday to this Tuesday. You guys are planning on showing up to the school board meeting that they do weekly, and hoping people such as myself and others will come out and be out there in supporting you guys. Is there any rumors that they're going to cancel the board meeting because a bunch of racists and Nazis and everybody's going to show up, or what?
haven't heard anything yet.
Haven't heard nothing yet.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so they're planning on still having the school board meeting in on Tuesday.
Well, they changed all the meetings for the school district to be only Zoom meetings. But we're planning on
all Zoom meetings now. When did that change?
2 days after the last one, so 2 days after we attended,
Okay.
they updated their board member site that due to COVID, all meetings will be Zoom only until further notice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They also said a statement, which they lied in as well.
Right. So
right after the end.
So they are a little bit afraid of, people showing up, the supremacists and all that type of stuff. Yeah, of course. That's why they probably canceled it. The intimidation, the fear, the vandalism you guys did, and now you guys are bringing more people back. It's really going to be scary, and go down in the bunkers and everything else. So so there, you guys are going to do this on Tuesday, 5 p.m. Are you guys going to be there earlier, or what's the deal with this whole thing on Tuesday? I'm coming. I might get there 2:00 in the afternoon just to be out there rooting for you guys. Who knows? But
5 p.m. Tuesday, we're gonna have a barbecue. We just want people to come out, support, just let our presence be known. Let them know we're not going to be silenced. We're not going to be intimidated. We're not going to back down.
Right.
These babies.
And,
These are our kids.
Yeah. You don't need to be, and that's the thing. Especially you're talking about grade school. You don't need to be teaching this type of stuff in grade school. They're impressionable minds. Their minds are like sponges. You don't teach this type of nonsense to grade school kids, kindergarten, first grade, and second. You don't teach this.
All this is, even is the math. It's a form of manipulation, control, and indoctrination.
Yes, it is.
And if you infiltrate our children, our future, our democracy will be gone.
Right.
Yep.
So,
and if you look at the board elected to create this program and curriculum, it just seems a little funny to me that we talk about equity and diversity from a company that is completely white. Like, why can't we do the King Center nonviolence education and training? Like, why? How are these people qualified to teach our children about this kind of issue?
Exactly. Yes.
Exactly.
Good point.
Yep.
Good point. Good. They must come from Portland area. Possibly. I'm just saying.
More than likely.
Possibly.
So I'm definitely going to be there on Tuesday. I'm definitely going to be there. I'm going to shoot straight up there after work. I'll probably be there like 4:00. I'm going to be live streaming the event, the whole thing. So there's going to be a barbecue. You two are not allowed on property, quote unquote, or something could happen. But that don't mean other people can't be on property.
Correct.
Right.
Yes. So you guys are definitely going to have some support. Definitely. You guys are going to have some support.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You can't thank you enough.
You said what?
Seriously.
So we can't thank you enough. Like, this is so, it's very nice after the last week we've had of some of the things people just have said after jumping to conclusions to know we're not alone and that we have some support. But we'd be doing it regardless.
Right.
These are our future.
And this is Tuesday, guys, not Monday. It will be Tuesday the 25th.
Tuesday. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm seeing people from Facebook to Twitch to YouTube saying that they'll show up. And, there's so many people who are upset about this story and people who want to support and help. And I did put up the website so you guys can, go to the website so you guys can see the videos, read about what's taking place. And Melissa and Patty, you guys are going to put the link up there from the newspaper, correct, into the website?
Yeah.
Okay, I do that. Yeah. Yep. Do that. And I'm going to also get this message out to the other people involved in PT News Network so that they can speak about it and also possibly get a hold of you as well and write up an article and all that type of stuff. So we're definitely going to stay on this.
Awesome.
So
thank you so much. This means a lot. Like, this affects us all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it does. It does affect everybody. And I was speaking to somebody tonight who's on a school board here in Oregon in one of the towns, and they said that this is so illegal, and to get you guys could go after the people on the board and get them out of the seats.
That's the plan.
So yeah, that has to be the plan, and because of what they did, it's off the hook. And I will bring you after Tuesday. I want to continue to bring you guys back on for updates.
Okay.
Yes. So as this proceeds and this continues to move, and we got to bring you back on for updates and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
So, well, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for coming on and talking about this. And like I said, people are behind you. We're going to continue to follow the story, and we're going to blow this up as much as we can, because this isn't just a Washougal, Washington issue or problem. This is becoming a problem in the United States.
Yeah.
So
absolutely. Thank you for letting us speak.
You're welcome. Thank you guys. And now I will talk to you guys on Tuesday for sure.
Okay. Thank you so much, Christy.
You're welcome. You guys have a good night, okay?
You too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So there you guys go. I will be up there Tuesday. Terry, $5 super chat. These ladies need to get a hold of the school board rules and guidelines. Yeah, I will try to get that for them. Definitely. They might have it. I don't know. So this is going to be fun because they are going to win. They will win. And I should show you guys. Let me find it. That's what I'm going to do. And while I'm at it, just so you guys know, because a lot of people have been asking about this for quite a while from me. They've been asking. Hold on. I can't multitask very well. They've been asking for me to. Okay, I'm trying to focus. Here, I'll just do this. They've been asking for me to come up with a calendar. So if you guys actually go to my website, www.thebcpreacher.com, I do have a event page on there. So you can see every place that I am going to be at. Okay. I keep it updated. I keep putting new things on there. So if you guys want to know about events, flag waves, like even this thing going on in Washougal, Washington on Tuesday, I have that on there. Any place I want to be at, streaming live or just events, rallies, I'm putting it on the website. So there's check that out. If you guys want to be informed about rallies that's in your area or events, because a lot of people is always asking, where are events at? How can I find events? I'm putting them up on my page. At least the ones I'm going to be at. Definitely the ones I'm going to be at. I'm getting them up on my page, and I'll work on other ones that maybe I can't be at. But definitely my schedule of places that I am attending is going to be up on my website. So now I can focus on the other piece, what I wanted to show you guys. Thank you, Optimus Prime, for that super chat for Florida. I am going to be working on getting to Florida. I'm going to try to make it happen for this weekend. Looking at flights earlier, because there is. So here's the deal about Florida. There was a big rally plan in Jupiter, Florida for Memorial Day. A boat parade. It got in, and when it got created, like I want to say it was like February, maybe March, it got taken down because the traffic. It was like 100,000 people said that they were going. The event got taken down. Then there was other events of the same thing created. There was like 5 other exact same events that were created, and within those 5 different events, same event but 5 different pages, it was almost like it wasn't true because it was only like 50 people, 100 people, and so I'm like, okay, this isn't really happening. Then tonight, while eating dinner, there was more confirmation that it was happening. So yes, I'm going to try to get down to Jupiter, Florida Sunday for a big rally. A big rally. Speaking like Roger Stone, General Flynn, some other folks. And then the boat parade is on Monday, which I don't know if I can actually stay for. I'll see how everything works. Because again, talking about hotel, flights, rent, a car rental, all that, and that it adds up, folks. So if we can make it happen, I will get down there to stream that awesome event, because who knows who's going to be there. It is a big Trump parade. I mean, when Jupiter does the Trump boat parades, they're pretty big. They are pretty big. In the meantime, let me show you what took place in that little beautiful board meeting, so you guys have a little better understanding.
It's a public meeting. I have the right to attend a public meeting.
This is how it started.
Set up regulations to kick people out and don't fit your guidelines. So I'm going to stay here and I'm going to attend the public meeting.
So we're operating with, it's not all the rules together.
There's no rules. It's not a law. You would know that. You guys are educators. There's no law. And I have the right to be here and you don't have the right to do anything.
So similar to other venues in our current situation, at a restaurant perhaps, or perhaps.
I have not worn a mask and
Look how muzzled she is. Like, seriously, you can't even hear her talk, and she's standing right in front of her. That's how muzzled these things make you. You can't say nothing. You can't speak. People cannot hear you. The lady who's holding the camera, you can hear her perfectly clear. You can hear what she's saying. This school board attendant, principal, educator, doctor, who knows, you can't even hear what she's saying. She's so frightened by the coronavirus thing that it's so much fear, folks. It's so much fear. And they are angry at people who don't buy into the fear. They are angry and upset. And I should bring my wife on, because I told you guys she had a story to tell you about the whole mask thing that took place last week with her. But anyway, these people are freaked out if you don't have a mask on. They are seriously scared if you're not wearing a mask. And you should be wearing like 5, because that will really help.
a year and I'm not going to start wearing one today. And all the other venues honor all exemptions, and that is something even the governor writes in. So if you would like, I can find you the video where he says exemptions are okay.
We actually have a board meeting to run, so we don't have to the
Okay, well, it's a public meeting. I'll stay in the public meeting that I am legally allowed to be here.
Well, we're operating
See,
Department of Health and the governor.
Department of Health.
But they're not. We have laws, and the laws.
Did you happen to be able? Did you read our information on?
Do you like how she switched it? She just told her something, and then this lady says, "Well, did you happen?" Almost like, "Here, I'm going to ante up one on you." Ante up. She goes, "Well, did you happen to?" I'm like, and here's the thing, and I think this is what it is, because I was talking to Yanita earlier about this, which I want to bring her on the show. And I did speak about this earlier during the day about, women. It seems like they're the frontliners when it comes to this, and men aren't really the heavy hitters. Like this lady who's holding the camera or speaking. I mean, she's punching her all upside the head, all upside the blonde hair. She's just punching her. No offense to the blondes out there, but this blonde here is, I don't know. But anyway, you have to fight them with their same talking points and their same knowledge and information. You have to be just as educated as they are, but more so, and you have to fight them like that. Where I think a lot of men, like, we probably don't have the time to go read all the stuff and research it all and know this and that. I mean, some men do, but a lot of men are like, "Oh, you gotta read? I don't want to. Just tell me." And when you tell someone, you know, there's only so much of it you retain anyway. So, but like the women, when it comes to the whole mandates and mask, I mean, y'all women have it down. Even my wife, she says stuff at times. I'm thinking to myself, I'm going in circles like, how did you know that? But And she admits that she reads. She watches a lot of stuff. She'll read articles and comments and things like. I'm like, I don't really have the time. I think I got distracted like 3 paragraphs or 3 sentences into the story. So.
Yeah, I'm good. I can be here. Like I said, it's a public meeting. I have the right to attend a public meeting.
And then, okay, so here's the other piece of it too. I think men have a hard time battling when it comes to this type of stuff, battling women in settings like this. And you'll see even in a little bit, there's a man in the room, a couple men, right? And I think one of the men is probably on the school board thing, and he's just letting this lady talk. Like, he don't say nothing. He's just letting her like go at it and talk with the lady who's holding the camera. So it's interesting. That's all.
So I believe that the board president, this is the board's meeting that they hold in public, right?
It's a public meeting.
It's the board.
But it's a public meeting for a public issue.
But it is a public meeting.
Sure.
It's public schools in a public building for a public meeting. And just because you decided the board members and I can't be here, that doesn't change anything. The fact that this is a public meeting. And if you would like, I can read you the Washington State Constitution because both of them apparently are not aware of it.
Well, our obligation to provide a venue, it means that folks have an opportunity to it's public meeting.
Okay. And I'm here to listen.
Well, we have the guidance that we're going to ask you to follow.
Your guidance, I own a business. If I say, you know what, under my guidance, black people aren't allowed in the building, am I allowed to do that? No, because that's illegal. And what you're doing? No, I'd never do that because that's illegal. And telling people I can't be here because I don't have a mask on is illegal. I can't just come up with guidelines, whatever I wish. There's a law, and it has to follow established law. And you can't create guidelines or policies that violate established law. You should know that. You're
Wait for it.
So this is a public meeting, and I
Right
will
here.
stay here.
I have no problem with her being
Okay. So there was Melissa and Patricia saying that they had no problem with this lady being there. All right. So now you heard it. That's what they were referring to when I just spoke to them in the interview. They said that they had no problem with this lady who is not wearing a mask. They had no problem with her being there. All right. Now we proceed forward.
Educators, and we have to learn every single day.
Boom.
And follow the mandate. So,
Well, I'm sorry you don't know your civil rights, and you have a right not to wear a mask. That's your absolutely legal civil right.
sure.
She's
I'm
mad.
sorry you're an educator that doesn't know the state laws and what you're allowed to have and not have. Probably should learn your civil rights.
Oh boy.
You are an educator.
Oh, I want to.
Not have.
Hold on. Watch her when she turns around. She's all huffy. Her panties are in a bunch.
And we have to learn
Watch.
every single day and we follow the mandate. So,
She had to
I'm
get
sorry
situated
you
like
don't know
3
your
times.
Civil rights, and you have a right not to wear a mask. That's your absolutely
Watch.
legal civil right.
She gets 1, 2.
I'm sorry you're
3.
an educator that doesn't know the state laws and what you're allowed to have and not have. Probably should learn your civil rights. You are an educator.
Oh my gosh. You are, like, after all, you are an educator. Like, I'm helping you out.
of it being this kind of attack on people who choose to use their freedom and their choice to live their life however they want to, and then be publicly shamed for it because you're uncomfortable, which is, I'm guessing, why you're wearing a mask.
I'm wearing a mask for the sake of health. Public health.
What?
If it works for you, you have a mask on. You have nothing to worry about. All of you have masks on. If your mask works, you don't have anything to worry about.
That's not the point.
No, yeah, you're right. It's not the point.
Okay.
It's the point
Hold-
is control.
hold-
Thank
hold-
you for bringing that.
This is so. Honestly, y'all, this is like a cat fight. I'm sitting here like watching this, like, you know, I'm reading y'all's comments. She's slapping her upside the head with facts. She's killing it, and I will try to get her on the air. I don't know. I'll try to get her on the air and see if we can track her down or whatever. But here's the thing. Oh my goodness. So Melissa and Patricia, I think, were just speaking, and then somebody else chimed in. This dude up here the whole time is just sitting back, like watching or listening. Then this guy just walked in. All right, so there's at least we can see two males in the view of the camera. And he's just having a front row seat. I'm just going to mind my business. I'm not going to say nothing. I'm not going to get involved in nothing. These 3 or 4 women are going at it. I'm not saying nothing. And ladies would say probably, well, he's a smart man for not saying nothing. But he's just, it's just funny. It's just funny. And that might be the thing. We just don't, a lot of us just don't know how to go at it with, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Like, and then the cross, but that's a Portland thing. This whole crossing of the legs, like these men don't have any jewels in the middle. I don't know the whole. It's not comfortable. Put it that way. It's not comfortable to squeeze my legs together. Can I do it? Yeah, but it's not comfortable. And there's a lot of Pacific Northwestern men who sit very comfortable, very pleasing in that position. So just to
That's
indicate.
the mask.
And there it is. He's like, look, he's look at this, guys. He's ready to go. He's like, I've had enough of the ladies going. I'm going to be the first one up and the first one out. The guy just announced that he's closing the school board meeting down. Dude with the mask on and looks like kind of like a mullet. He's the first one out. He's like, I'm not having it no more. No, sit back down. Okay.
So this is because of what about
There's Patricia and Melissa. A disruption.
Okay, well, I have a question then. This equity and diversity policy that you guys are trying to approve. So we can't talk about what you're trying to implement on the board because of a mask?
Do you know that is illegal? What you are doing right now is illegal. You're forcing your board to close because I have the right to be here, and you chose I can't have that right.
I'm not, she's telling an officer
Because she knows her law, so
You guys don't know the laws. That's the sad. You guys are an education system. You don't even know your basic rights.
really quickly just intervene real quick. So we have options. So the boardroom has been asked to be cleared, and he's operating under the Open Public Meetings, and that's what he's operating under. It's his right to do so. It's the board's meeting. He's the president. He gets to do that. He just asked the board to weigh, and they did. So he's asking to have the board being cleared. That would be guests that would be used.
Another male, not saying
So
nothing.
that's option one. Option two is if you guys want to wear a mask, then we will ask the board president to reconsider. At this point, that's what we've got. So now the board looks like they're reconvening.
You know what? This here, this here looks more intimidating than anything that they were doing. She's over here with the PowerPoints. She's a mouthpiece, and he's he's kind of like the dude who was just sitting in the chair. Like, I'm just like, oh man, this is intimidating. I'm just standing. Hey, I'm going to let her speak. I'm just going to stand with my hands behind my back and relinquish any authority and power that I may have. I'm just going to let her do it. I surrender. Like, this stuff here is, and it's part of the schooling. It's part of the schooling. When can we make men cool again? I'm just asking. Can men ever become cool again in our cancel culture society? Can we make men masculine again? Can we make men have authority again? It's a real question. It is a real question.
Different location, which is their right to do under the law, and that's a public record.
So you're closing the meeting because I can't wear a mask.
I'm not closing the meeting.
Okay, then who is? I don't know his name.
President, yeah.
What's his name?
Board case.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Look what he's looking at. Oh man!
You can take your mask off now. We've already been kicked out. So the mask is, you don't need it no longer. The communists are going to another room. You no longer need your mask.
Meeting without public or comment.
It's no longer a public meeting. Once they kick it out, it's not a public meeting.
So the public can still participate via Zoom.
Which is also an Open Public Meeting Act, which is the law. And if I could just say, like, I obviously things are heated right now.
There she goes.
The board would love to hear.
We'd love to hear from you.
We'd love to hear from you, and
Which is why we came here tonight.
exactly, and
To say what we have to say.
precisely, and we asked that you can follow the rules that have been set, and you said I don't want to follow the rules.
She did not say that.
That is your choice. So the board has.
And that was the lie. She just said you did not want to follow the rules that were in place. Melissa and Patty had a mask on. Just because they agreed with the lady who's filming currently not having a mask, that does not mean that they didn't have a mask. So the lady here, this power trip woman here is saying that, well, and then they're lying saying that they didn't close the meeting down because of the mask. That's why they're closing it down, because they took the vote in the meeting. And everybody said, aye. I'm telling you, this stuff is crazy. It's going to be fun Tuesday.
Someplace different. They get to do that.
We not elect the board.
And that's why you need to replace all these people, including this apparent doctor who has a mask on that doesn't work and is telling you illegal stuff. Public meeting in a public, and they kick people out because I refuse to wear that communist muzzle.
Gestapos!
And yes, they are all elected. Anybody in Washougal, these are all elected, and they all need to be removed. Every single one of these commies.
So, again,
Oh, man.
Is that legal? Can you?
step outside or the mask on there. So the board gets
This is a public meeting.
We are the parents of these children. This public school.
no argument there, but this particular meeting, this venue, this is the board's meeting that they hold in public, and there are rules that they are following. Which
There's no rules. You guys can't create rules that certain people can't come in, and you're going to shut down the board meeting because you made a certain guideline because you knew what this is about. You know that people don't support this mask. You know people don't support this shit, and what do? Well, put on something that you're against so we can kick you out of here. That's all you did.
So I think we're ready. Email me. We can set a time.
Oh, there's there is 2 words where I think we're ready. Hey, we gotta shut this thing down. I think we're ready. We're done with it for tonight. Please exit. Please get out. You're I think we're ready. We're done. Let's end this, please. You know. Oh man, this is going to be interesting. So there you have it. That's how it started. You heard Melissa and Patricia talk about this incident. They talked about why they showed up, why they even went, and what happened after this. That's what we started the show with. What happened after this? So some people are saying, "Oh, I'll circle back to it." It was just funny how he chimed up at the last second.
no argument there.
Watch. Okay. He's just standing the whole time.
There's no rules. You guys can't create rules that certain people can't come in, and you're going to shut down the board meeting because you made a certain guideline because you knew what this is about. You know that people don't support this mask. You know people don't support this shit. And what do? Well, put on something that you're against so we can kick you out of here. That's all you did.
So I think we're ready. Just email me. We can set a time.
Oh, there it was. I think we're ready. Meeting's adjourned. We can set up a time and place, and just email me. That's what it was right there. Just had me bawling, like dying. Like he's standing there the whole time, and he don't know what to do. He don't know how to handle the situation, what's going on. And look at the beautiful little temperature thing right here. I didn't even see this before. Look at this. And what is this? This here. You guys can't see it. Hold on. What is this? This here. This see-through thing with a hole there. And then if you go over this way, like we just saw for the past 15 minutes, a whole open room. What is this doing? You have a whole... I know what it's doing. COVID does not travel to the left or right. It don't go around. It don't go under. It just is right here and on the backside. Like, this... Oh, man. And then they have the little beautiful temperature thing. Okay. Then the hand sanitizer. And if you don't have a mask, here, we have one to give you. When I see this stuff, I'm just like, because they try to go through every step necessary because they've been sold the lie that they believe. They believe it because it comes from the CDC. They believe this stuff. Like, look at this. Like, honestly, look. Like, you have this little plastic thing that's like 3 feet by 3 feet with a hole there, and then what are you protected from? Because once you walk out from behind here, you're in an open room. Once this person goes this way and leaves the table, they meet you right there and talk to you. This stuff. Oh, man. Honestly, folks, I wish I had it in me. I don't, and it pisses me off because I work for a company that most of my time is spent. My time, 8 hours of my day is spent working at my job. I can't do things that I want so badly to do. So bad. And I can't do it. And so I kind of, unfortunately, get used, and my memory muscles are unfortunately trained to have a mask on because I have to, where I work and even outside my work during my work hours, which is, a good chunk of my day in life is spent at. So it becomes like, it's a trained muscle. It's because you're memorizing what to do. You have to do it. It becomes this whole new thing, and it sucks. Trust me, it sucks. I wish I did, in situations like this, I kind of wish I didn't have a job so I could be more rebellish, more not sheep-like, because I have to be with where I work at. I have to follow what's in place. It sucks. And there's other people at my job who are on my page. Same page, same mindset. We're in the same boat. We're in the same camp. We're on the same red team. All sorts of stuff, and it's the same with them. It's like we have to, even if we are outside in the open air, we have to wear a mask. It sucks because then there's other people at the job who really believe it to be like, yeah, and well, why shouldn't you care about protecting other human beings? So it sucks. So anyway, that's what I was laughing about, that guy chiming in. So anywho, shout out to WYSIWYG. I don't know if he's still watching. WYSIWYG, I had to hit him up earlier because there was a nice little rally down in Beverly Hills. Israelis were down there today, and it looked like it was jumping off. Not violence, okay, nothing like that, but there was a lot of Israeli flags in Beverly Hills today. He is watching. So if you guys want to see what happened in Beverly Hills today, make sure you guys go check out WYSIWYG TV on YouTube. I told him he was sleeping. He was snoring when I texted him. I'm like, dude, you know what's going on? You're not here. What's going on? And I think he told me that he just woke up. He was just drooling and snoring and everything. No, I'm just playing. He wasn't doing that. He was busy doing some other work, but he wrote me later, said, thank you for letting me know. He got over there. I haven't been able to watch his live stream that he did earlier today, but I do want to watch it. But yes, Beverly Hills was cracking off today. It just makes me want. He tries to claim. See, WYSIWYG, when he did write me, he tried to claim that he was working. I know what WYSIWYG does for a living. My wife tells me I take vacations when I go work. I know what WYSIWYG does for work. He wasn't working. He was having fun. That's the type of job he has. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that because it's not my place to talk about his awesome career that he has, his fun career. But anyway, I say he was sleeping. But he did go stream. He did go work his second job today. Okay, he did go work. No, he went to go work. He went to go live stream down in Beverly Hills after I hit him up and told him what was taking place. So I'm going to go watch that because I only saw a clip and I texted it to him and he was like, when was this? I was like, this is right now. And he was like, oh, he's like, I'm in the area. I'm like, yeah, you need to get over there. So I'm gonna go check that out. Check out WYSIWYG TV. Basically, if you don't know how to spell WYSIWYG, it is what you see is what you get. Yeah, put that all together into, your little LGBT stuff, words, same type of thing. What you see is what you get. WYSIWYG TV, YouTube. Like I said earlier when I started the show, I'm going to try to make it to Florida this weekend. Okay, Sunday. I want to try to make it to Florida Sunday. I saw a plane ticket. I saw a plane leaving Portland late Saturday night, so it'd be a sleep through the night on the plane type of thing, which is going to be worth it if I can make it down there to this event. So it's basically, I wish I could pull up the flyer on, maybe I can't. No, I'll get it up so you guys can see what it is I'm speaking of. And actually, maybe we did put it up on the webpage. I don't know if I'm yet going. I haven't looked into the financial piece of it. When I looked at the airlines earlier, the prices, it was up around $500 just for the tickets. So, and you guys keep this in mind because I know a lot of people have been asking me, come here, come there. I had people ask me about coming to Cincinnati. If you guys have events and you want me to get to your event out there to live stream, to report, you guys can send me out there. Okay. That's what, that's basically how we have to do this. Like I said, because we are reporting the news, just like WYSIWYG today, going down there to Beverly Hills. I don't know if there was mainstream media down there today. They might have covered it. They might not have, but he did. Okay, so that's the thing. We get places because of you guys. We cannot do this without you guys. So if you want me to come to some event, to come whatever, then you gotta, hey, I got a hotel for you or whatever. Just being real, I'll pay for your airfare. You get out here. We have this event. That's basically what happened this past weekend in Ohio. They wanted PT News to come, and Adam and I went up there. And they took care of it. So that's how this type of stuff happens. When people want performers and artists to come to their towns, they pay for the artists to come to their towns. God rides a Harley. Yeah, $2 super chat. I will be on the show next time. We ran over. Well, I keep waiting for you to come on. I keep waiting. So whenever you're ready to come on here and talk, you can. I know you have a lot to say regarding your situation of being single and all that. So whenever you want to come on and talk about that, you can. It's up to you. I'm waiting on you, dude. So and God Rides a Harley, he's over on YouTube. So in case people on Twitch and Facebook are like, well, who's he speaking of? So anyway, you guys, I'm going to get off of here. I do got to work in the morning. And I'm sure some of you guys do as well. I'm definitely going to get this over to Steve and our writers at PTNN. Let them pick up on this story and get some more traction. So I'm going to do that when I get off the air tonight. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for listening. Pay attention Tuesday. I will be in Washougal, Washington, live streaming this event that's going to be for these ladies who have to stand up against the school board in Washington, Washougal, Washington. So if you are in the area, get to Washougal, Washington, Tuesday evening, 5 p.m. All right, you guys, I'm out of here. Thank you again for watching. God bless you guys. Good night.